Hello governors and welcome to the channel. My name is the Honey Badger and it's time for year 17 of our 117 adventure. Legendary adventure to be more exact. Let's see, in the last episode we managed to capture a second island over here, totaling to 4 islands on our side here. Sadly, the Emperor managed to step in and make us do peace. He did not yet force us to do a defense treaty, which is quite good. And also because last time, if we're gonna check over here, people were with minus loyalty. It boosted our loyalty to 100, allowing us to become a proconsul. What a proconsul means? Well, first, governors to be your specialists. This is pretty tricky because we're talking millions of denarii. Then we got defensive alliances with the Emperor. The Emperor will send us ships if someone declares war on us. And we're gonna have reduced reputation costs when we're gonna declare war on the other people. Also, island settlement costs drops by 75%, so we managed to buy the islands a bit cheaper last time. And I want this here. We can reroll items at traders, we can reroll specific niche items and stuff like that. Basically this one will help us quite a lot. But enough blabbering, let's actually get to fixing stuff around here. The first thing that I want to fix is our Albion Islands over here. Sadly, due to the war attacks, quite a lot of buildings were not repaired. Namely, weirdly enough, the malt house. Okay, the malt house is okay. Where's our warehouses? They seem now to be okay. This is weird because last episode I could have sworn that our warehouses got destroyed. Oh, there we go. Stuff around here in ruins. This one also in ruins. Yeah, this is exactly the warehouse I was talking about. Basically, this one being in ruins meant that all of the necessary default stuff was quite bad, and basically our people around here didn't have enough eels and enough cockles being delivered due to the warehouse being deleted here. Now theoretically they should be fine, and we can let's say ignore this area for now. I want to focus, now that we've fixed that warehouse, I want to focus over here on the Ceres Island. Ceres is quite important to be built, so what I'm gonna do firstly is go back to Neptune in order to create our own civilian ship, because currently we do have 2 3Ms that we can sell, because we are going to disband our army. We don't need an army to attack nothing, so let's just send them on land currently and do nothing more and disband. And the amount of population should increase. There we go, together with our profits by quite a lot. Now the second thing I want to do is to check around here what do we have as stuff that we can use on Ceres. For example, the wine chain in range will get 20% productivity. This one I really want to keep for my island. This captain, I'm gonna slot it in here. And kitchens in range. If we're gonna check the kitchens, it's referring to the porridge stand, the bakery, and everything related to food. I don't think, yeah, garum is not a food. Winery is not a food. This one, it's a food, but it's not over here. and the oysters, and I think that's all. But for Ceres, at least, we're gonna have a hell lot of a porridge stand, and having 33% less workers, that's perfect for our cause. So over here, let's send this ship to here, and before doing that, let's grab quite a few lumber. There we go. And as for this ship, I'm going to grab both lumber and other stuff. Let's see, lumber, we can't get it anymore. Tiles then, some concrete, and most likely marble. There we go. And send it over here too. Now, one more thing I want to do over here is to make sure that we are building a proper civilian ship for ourselves. It will happen a bit later. Currently, we are sitting quite badly at the wood because we are transporting it to the other side. And weirdly enough, it should have been affected by the festival. Yet I don't see the festival in our area. Okay, let's see what's up with the fire. And also not forget to do something very, very important in here. Namely, firstly, let's upgrade this to concrete roads. There's absolutely no reason not to have concrete, especially that we have 119 tons. And let's go back to Albion over here. I am very weirded out why it didn't work. Oh well. We're just gonna need to wait for the wood in that case. And let's see, did our ship reach the island with the resources? Nope, not yet. But it will soon. There we go. Perfect. Let's see what ruins are being rebuilt. What did it... Okay, these ones went in flames. I think there was a war around here. Well, nevertheless, the thing that I wanted to do in Albion is to remove the towers, because we're no longer needing the defensive structures. Therefore, we can get some water population back. Similarly over here. And I'm going to request... well, I'm going to ignore this quest for now, because I really want to focus on Ceres Island over here. Good, so we have the specialists. Let's slot them in here. And we're gonna get the concrete soon too. Before they arrive, let's tell them that I want to buy this when under 150. Actually, we can be even greedier than that. And firstly, plonk down a depot right over here. Let's see, can we flip it around to our advantage? Diagonal construction. Nope. It will require free harbor area. So let's plonk it over here. And this means that we can buy when under. And I'm gonna set it to 250. Basically, I want them to sell me as much construction materials as I want. We are now in end game, and we don't care about the materials cost anymore. And over here, I really dislike where our governor villa is. The reasoning is that it's well, too close to this mountain slot. I really want to make sure that I can cover as many homes as possible. So I'm going to delete it from here and place it a bit better over here, which means that we're gonna cover everything without any issues. There we go. And let's see, can we... Nope, we can't lock them in because we don't have the archers research done, but that is fine currently. Let's just connect it over here. There we go. Our cement also arrived. Here we go. And let's start building residences around here. But actually, before building the residences, let's go again through the specialists. Kitchens, yes, we can plonk them down nearby inside our city, but that wouldn't be that beneficial because kitchens will be spread around when it comes to bread. So it's best if, for us, we're going to plonk down the kitchens somewhere else. Therefore, I'm going to take an officium and place it maybe somewhere around here, so it covers as much land as possible. There we go. This should be fine. And let's slot the kitchen lady in here.
A room of my own.
Okay, perfect. Now, let's check how much... how many resources does Latium as a whole needs? Well, if we're gonna look over here, porridge is at 10/10. So we're gonna need at least 10 buildings in here. And because we're gonna go Ceres on this island over here, and let's rename it to Ceres, it means that we can do the porridge stand twice as fast. So in order to do the 10/10, theoretically we're gonna need just 5 porridge stand, but that's only when Ceres is at maximum capacity. This won't happen anytime soon, so I'm just gonna put 2 of them currently. And for the oat farm, we are going to have an aqueduct starting from over here because this is the highest area possible. Let's firstly do a rough sketch of the entire governor villa so we know where each single building goes, and we're gonna expand from there. Therefore, let's just copy our default template and plonk 3. I think 3 is the limit. Yep. Let's copy everything again and plonk 3 on this other side, and I'm just gonna rotate it. It's not needed, it's just for beauty, nothing more. Good. We can do the same on the other corners of the villa. So 1 over here and 1 on this side. Yes, it won't fit perfectly fine, it doesn't matter. There we go. And now I'm going to grab just 2 of them and place 1 here, 1 here, 1 and 1. Remember, we're just roughly sketching. What on earth happened over here with the copying? Looks like it is not good. So let's just delete it and rebuild it again. There we go, perfect. And let's grab everything and do it on this other side too, identically. There we go. This should align perfectly fine, right? Yes, it does. Perfect. And let's see. The only things that are remaining are the corners, which usually I think we can put one here. One over here. There we go, much better. And we can put one on this side and one on the other side. One here. One here, and the same over here happening. There we go, perfect. How are we looking? Quite full. I'm happy and satisfied with this. And now it's time to actually decide where the aqueducts will go. So we're gonna have the first aqueduct over here and another one on the opposite side. So let's start with the very first aqueduct. Over here and one on this side. And theoretically, once built with concrete, we should be able to see that it covers the entire area. If not, we're gonna need to build ones in other opposite directions. There we go. And we're gonna have another one coming roughly through here. And then going like this, leaving some space. Maybe we want to put other buildings, or actually, yeah, maybe we're gonna want to put other buildings. Like this should be perfectly fine. Good. Now we have everything in place over here. I want to actually pave road everything. This will help me identify exactly what good ranges are. And we're missing materials. No worries. We can send the ships to get even more materials. This one is ready to be sent, and this one almost. So let's actually send them both in here, since we do have the required materials over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we can increase to buy when under 250, just to have a shit ton of concrete waiting. And let's speed up the game a bit whilst we are waiting for the ships to come. By the way, over here, because we are in peace mode, we can also delete the towers, the defensive towers. And let's see when they arrive. There we go, here they are. Let's see, do we have any specialists that we want to move from here? Nope, we don't. But we can get, holy hell, all of the concrete from here that was sold to us. And let's move over here. There we go, perfect. And it seems like the concrete sale actually impacted our amount of denarii that we have. Yeah, that's fine. I shouldn't be that concerned about it. Come on, shippy ship. Jesus, he's moving so slow, and it's expected. The 3M, by the way, notice something over here. The 3M is moving incredibly slow with cargo, and also it's going against the wind. when dealing with local ships, it's best if you give them rowers. It doesn't make sense for them not to have rowers. Yes, an extra sail is good when you are going to Albion and back, but on local transport, rowers are the best. So let's yoink all the cement inside. There we go, 250. And let's continue around here. There we go, and we have roughly the entire area concreted. Let's see in here. As you can see, the water reaches the entire circle with absolutely no problems. So we can now actually build this entire area together with the aqueducts. Of course, the aqueducts will refuse to automatically be built. We're gonna build them manually like this. Come on. Oh, and we're out of concrete yet again. Would you look at that? Let's see. Do we have extra concrete here? Nope. Then we're gonna need to send our ships to Neptune to get concrete. Which over here it doesn't also seem that great. Let's also increase it over here by when under. And because we are producing concrete over here, I'm gonna say by when under less than 100. Good. Anyway, we do have it set it up here. Let's see how we're gonna set up the residences and care about the rest later. Now we're gonna need a marketplace. This marketplace needs to reach the entire region. As you can see, if I'm gonna put it nearby the God damn it, I completely forgot the name of it. Yeah, nearby the Governor Villa, it will almost reach all of the buildings. Therefore, it's enough to put one on this side to cover everything, and one on this side if it fits, just like this, to cover the secondary area. Now together they should be able to cover the entire region with absolutely no problems. Although, to be honest, it does seem like it's still remaining some bits and pieces. Maybe it's more worth to put it in this corner. Let's see if we're gonna do it like this. Is it a bit better? And I can experiment with this because they only cost wood and we have enough wood. Yes, much better. It overlaps and covers everything. Okay, good. Let's see about the taverns. Now the taverns have a smaller range, so it's slightly better for them to be on one of these corners. If we're gonna put it on the inside corner, it will overlap with this other one. If we're gonna put it on the outside corner, we should be a bit better. And maybe we're gonna actually put it in this corner because we can build it opposite. So let's do that over here. And let's delete the extra road in here. Good, one over here. Symmetrically, we're looking the 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then over here. There we go. And if we're gonna build it, we should be able to see that it overlaps everything. Sadly, nope. There are still some corners, basically this one, that it doesn't overlap. Okay, let's see what happens if we're gonna build it as initially thought. There should be a way to cover everything, to be honest. Let's put it on this side, on the inner side, just to overlap a bit more. There we go, like this. And one we're gonna plonk on this side. But it still won't reach everything. So it looks like it's one of those annoying things that we are going to need one in each corner in this case. Let's see if we're gonna put it as corners and remove the planning. One here, one in this corner, one in this one, and one in this one. Does it cover everything now? It kind of feels like it does. Yes, it does. Okay, so this is a perfect placement for our taverns. Now let's see the next public services that we're gonna need. We're gonna need a spinner. And this spinner needs to cover as much terrain as possible because it gives us both wealth and knowledge. So I think I'm going to plonk it over here. One on this side. And one on the other side. This one was on the interior, so if we're gonna plonk it over here, it will cover some buildings. So maybe it's worth to put it in here instead. There we go. Basically this one will be in the corner, and we still have some buildings to cover, so why not? Let's put one in this corner and one in this corner. Perfect. We're gonna need anyway more than 4 spinners, don't worry about it. And the same with the pileus. We're just gonna plonk them nearby. And on the pileus, basically I don't care, it's right behind it, just like this. And one more pileus on this side if it fits anywhere. It will fit just nicely over here. Let's just make sure that we can cement it. Yep, we can. There we go. These two we're gonna need. Okay, good. So that's all with the Libertus ranges around here. Let's see on the plebeian side what we are going to need. Well, we're gonna need a bakery, and this is to make sure that we are covering as much as possible and burning our income as much as we can. So I'm going to plonk one on this side over here and one on the opposite side, and basically not worry about the shortage of workforce at all. Now the next thing is the garum. On garum, it gives me happiness -2, income +1. The happiness hit is a bit trickier to handle than the fire hit, so I'm not going to place any garum around here. And let's see what about the sanctuary. As mentioned, the sanctuary would fit just perfectly fine somewhere around here. Let's see where we are going to plonk it. On this side is perfect. And it should cover the entire area with absolutely no problems. Let's make it a bit more beautiful. There we go. Yep, it covers everything. Perfect. The next thing is the Grammaticus. Now on the Grammaticus we can do the same corner thingy, or actually put it in the middle just to cover as much as possible. So I'm going to put one Grammaticus in here. There we go, and another Grammaticus on this side. Let's see, how much are we looking at covering? So this should be good over here. And actually, because I did see the Grammaticus reaching so far, we can actually move it a bit on the corner over here, and similarly over here on the corner like this. Good. We are still missing some buildings over here, but I'm not that worried about it. We're losing basically 2 or 3 things. It's not that big of a deal. Let's do the same with the sandal worker. Let's see, can we plonk one over here? Yeah, this should be fine. And one over here. Perfect. And the last thing we're gonna need is soap to boost our health. Of course, it will take some happiness off it, but it's fine. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. So let's put one over here and one on this side, since it will affect as little buildings as possible. Basically, we're dealing with 4 buildings in total at the moment. Good. Amphora is the next one, which will hit the fire safety. We can plonk one on this side and one on this other side. There we go. And the last one, because it doesn't give us any negatives, and we're also going to need it because it's a Ceres Island, we can go with an olive in each corner. Let's see, on this one it would be a bit trickier, so I'm going to plonk it over here instead. There we go, and the last one in here. Perfect, so that would boost the health of the island by quite a lot. Let's go to Equites now. They are going to need winters. Winters cover quite a large amount of the island, so I'm not that worried about them being placed too far off. In fact, I'm going to put a winter over here. Or, where should I put it for it to make sense and cover as much range as possible? Maybe in this corner together with this corner. Yeah, that would make more sense. So let's delete a little bit more. Plonk one winter on this side. And basically another one on this side, and it should not interact that much with the rest of the buildings. There we go. Cheese, we're gonna skip it completely. The theater. This one I'm not going to plonk it anywhere. I'll just plan it out currently, because I want to see where's the best fit for it, since it doesn't reach all of the area, as you can see. Maybe the best fit would be somewhere in the middle around here. Yes, sadly the theater needs to go in the middle. So it means that we're gonna take quite a huge chunk of the area down. Maybe we actually no, because we needed for public services to validate where everything went. Let's see, do we need to kill a little bit more? Yes, we're gonna need to kill a bit more stuff. There we go. Now we can plonk it down over here. Perfect. So we got the theater on. Togas also will give us bonuses to income. So it's best if we plonk this down somewhere where it would make sense. And over here it makes sense. Let's delete some of this and plonk down a toga on this side. We can actually build it to see the ranges. And let's not forget to rebuild the road. Okay, good. And we're gonna need a second togas, which should affect as least possible things as we can. So we're gonna plonk another one over here. There we go, and let's build it.
Things I make should not.
Okay, this one is not built here. This one also adds an extra knowledge boost. Let's plonk it. Yeah, why not? One on this side, in this corner, and another one on this corner. Perfect. As for this, it will only give us prestige, and I'm not looking to upgrade my governor villa that much. The forum and the baths are the next things that we're gonna need to plonk down. Let's see, the forum, I think it can go freely in this corner and it will affect everything, but putting it in this corner isolates it and it doesn't allow it to affect more than the residences. By placing the forum on this side instead, you're gonna affect both the residences and everything we're gonna build on this corner of the island. So the forum will go over here. Similarly with the baths. Let's see, does it fit on this side? Barely. So we are going to delete the forum a little bit. Delete this tavern and place it a smidge down. Let's say like this. And let's build it. And let's connect the road a little way smaller. There we go. And let's grab the forum, yoink it on this side, and the baths, yoink it on this other side. Good. Baths will also affect almost the entire residences. I'm quite happy for that. And the last things is the temples and the library. Now the library, as you can see, doesn't have that great of a range. It has quite bad range, but the temple should have a slightly better range. Maybe it's because it's not concrete. Let's concrete the area and see if that's the case. So up until here. Let's see. If we're gonna plonk it here, yep, it affects a lot more buildings. 209. And the library 2 on this side, 150. Okay, that's quite good. And if we're gonna move it a bit further, it will be 142. So we're gonna lose 8 knowledge, but we can gain 8 knowledge on this side. Okay, and let's move the temple also a little bit, because I really want to make sure that we have access to build roads around them. Let's see, road here, and the road going from here to over here. Good enough by me. Perfect. And I think that's all about the public services. Let's see the rest. The oysters with caviar would give us population. Population is something that we want. So let's plonk 1 oyster with caviar. Maybe over here. And let's delete this road here. There we go. And 1 on this side over here. Now you might be wondering, okay, we are boosting population, but at the same time you're removing 4 houses. How is that good? Well, we are affecting 92 people, therefore 92 extra workers. We wouldn't have had 92 extra workers from here. Good. What else do we have, and what bonuses can we get? Well, currently nothing more. So I'm happy with the entire setup that we have over here, and we can start building it in the next episode, where we're gonna also discuss about the trade things that will happen around here. Well, currently, hopefully you have enjoyed the episode and learned a smallish layout around here. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for my channel supporters over here. And hey, if you aren't subscribed yet, please do subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment if you reached over here the end. I really want to know how many people are reaching the end, or at least skipping to the end. Well, that's all for today. Until next time, I'm the Honey Badger, and I'm out.